This week, Donald Trump Jr., following in the very recent footsteps of his sister Ivanka, actually sat down with the January 6th Select Committee for what they described as several hours. The committee was seeking testimony from Trump Jr. about his father's efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Now, out of all the Trump kids, obviously Jr. was probably the most involved with this. Even though Ivanka was working in the White House, she had kind of disappeared, right? Like after the Capitol riot, she didn't want anything to do with it. She actually threw a big party, a dinner party, the night after the Capitol riot, where nobody mentioned the events of January 6th. So she kind of disappeared, but Trump Jr., of course, was, based on what we know with text messages and whatnot, involved to a degree with the attempts to overturn the election, or at least had knowledge of them, I guess we should say. Now, here's the unfortunate part. We don't know what they discussed. And we're probably not going to know for quite a while, unless there is a court case where what Trump Jr. said becomes relevant and it gets filed in court. At that point, we would know. After all, that's why we know about these Meadows text messages. Because it had to be filed in court as a way to show that, hey, we need more from him. Unless something like that happens and Jr.'s testimony is relevant, we're probably not going to know too much about it until after the committee releases a final report. But the reason I even wanted to talk about this is because this shows that the committee is definitely moving forward. And they're able to get witnesses that just a few months ago seemed like an impossibility, right? You know, 2-3 months ago, none of us thought Ivanka Trump was going to willingly go talk to that committee because that's what she said. None of us thought Trump Jr. would because that's also what he said. And of course, his fiancée, Kimberly Guilfoyle, also refused to meet with them, actually walked out of a virtual meeting with them because she said it was unfair. So something must have happened with the Trump family itself. And maybe it came after Guilfoyle, walked out of that initial meeting and then decided to come back for a second one. Maybe they got scared. Maybe they realized we can't put this thing off forever. Maybe they've actually got some good lawyers working with them now that are telling them, listen, do it voluntarily. In the court of public opinion, it's going to make you look better if you don't have to be subpoenaed. And maybe the lawyer understands, like, look, I've looked through what you've got here. I think you're clear. I think you're clean. Of course, this is all speculation. As I said, we won't know what he talked about probably until the final report comes or if there's a relevant court case where it gets filed in court. But him talking to that committee is certainly a positive development. And it will be interesting to find out what exactly he told them, or if he just had to sit there for several hours pleading the Fifth Amendment.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.